in this video we are going to solve some problems related to the model 4. In the model 4 we don't have any problems related to unit 1 and unit 2. In the unit 1 it was related to digital voltmeter, and it has some related one problem. I think we have solved on the successive approximation that we have done there itself. It's regarding the cabling and we're taking a bit. So in the unit 2 we don't have anything related to time and frequency measurements there. So in the model 4 unit 3 there is a bridge part. Please go through the theory part and then please refer this video, because the equation what we are explained here is related to, we will be using it in our problems. The first one, find the unknown resistance Rx. Find the unknown resistance Rx. Here E value is not given, switch is open or closed depending on the thing. R1 is equals to 10 kilo ohms, R2 is equals to 15 kilo ohms, R4 we don't know, we need to find it, and R3 is equals to 40 kilo ohms, and we have defined this one A to connect it to the positive source when the switch is closed, and B is connected to the negative when switch is closed there. And this is the galvanometer we need to measure. What is the bridge actually condition? In this bridge is balanced, this R1 and R3 is equals to R2 and R4. When this bridge and this bridge are balanced, the galvanometer should have G is equal, the current should be 0. So in determining that the current is 0, determine what? The bridge is balanced. So that we have going to find it here. So we have to find the unknown resistance Rx here. We have to find the unknown resistance Rx. How? Depending on this value. Here I1, I3 and I2 and I4 are given here. So what we have to find the R4. So what is the condition? Assumption that the bridge is balanced. So that is how we can find, that is R1 into Rx, that is nothing but R4 here, R2 into R3. Okay, or also we can write it as R1 divided by R3 is equals to R2 divided by R4. So in this term we can write it like this way. So on the basis of this we get an equation like this way, R1 into R4 and R3, R2 into R3. So that is R4 is equals to R2 into R3 divided by R1. R2 into R3 divided by R1. What is that? 15, R2 value is 15 kilo and R3 value is 40. R3 value is 40 kilo divided by R1, that is a 10 kilo, is equals to, when we simplify this one we get the value of 16 kilo ohm. This is the basic equation of the Wheatstone bridge, what we need to find, okay, when the bridge is balanced. Another condition they have given, that is the unbalanced Wheatstone bridge is given below. This is what unbalanced bridge. We have to find the current through the galvanometer, because this is an unbalanced bridge. So we have to find the current through the galvanometer, that is across AB. Okay, so R1 is equals to 10 kilo ohms, R2 is equals to 15 kilo ohms, R3 is equals to 40 kilo ohms, and R4 is equals to 50 kilo ohms. Because this is the same problem I had taken, instead of 60 I have taken 50 kilo ohms, because that was the balanced condition. This is unbalanced condition. So here we need to follow some procedure. That is, first we have to find the voltage there. We have to find the first Thevenin's voltage that you have studied in the network theory. The same procedure I will be finding. Thevenin's voltage we need to find, then Thevenin's resistance has to be found, and that time we need to put it to a equivalent circuit, and then we have to find the thing. We will go one by one. Now Thevenin's voltage is equals to ETH is equals to, because we need to find across this one, right, VB and EA. So that is Thevenin's voltage is equals to EB minus EA, the voltage across this EB minus EA. So first loop is EB, means we have to consider in this direction, this source there. It is starting from like this, and EB will be like this part. This is EB is this node, whereas the EA is this node. Okay, EA, EA is this one, EB is this one. We have to, when EB we are considering, we have to consider this is not there, and when we are considering EA, we are considering this is not there. Okay. So now EB is equals to, you can see here, EB is what? R4 divided by R2 plus R4. That is, we have calculating EB with respect to the ground. So that purpose, the ground means the below resistance there. R4 divided by R2 plus R4 minus R3 divided by R1 plus R3. Because when we consider the circuit, the R3 is below. R3 is the point A and to the ground. Okay, so that is R1 plus R3. So whole voltage is E is common here. So that is 6 into 50 into 10 kilo, 50 kilo, sorry, 50, R4 is 10, 50 kilo divided by 15 kilo plus 50 kilo minus 40 kilo divided by 10 kilo plus 40 kilo. So ETH is equals to 0.185 depending on this value. Depending on this values. So we got the Thevenin value. Now we have to consider this thing, the Thevenin's resistance. That is what RTH is equals to R1 into R3 divided by R1 plus R3 plus R3 plus R4 divided by R2 plus R4. So substitute those values and you will get this one. RTH is equals to 19.53 kilo ohms. So we have to remember that when we are considering it there, we have to remove the, like this way. This is considered when you remove this voltage source, it will be open as per Thevenin's resistance. As or no, this is EA and this is with respect to B. This is R1, this is R3. This is R2, this is R4. R1, R3, R2, R4. So this is how we are getting, and this is what R1 and R3 are parallel here. For that a parallel circuit has been, the formula has been used. R2 and R4 are parallel here, so these are parallel, and these both are in series here because this is a common junction. For that purpose, we have written the equation in this manner. We got a ETH, substitute the thing, and it is in series with the RTH, that is the thing, and that galvanometer will be connected across this one. We'll assume that RG is 1 kilo ohm. Assumption, that is, we have to have internal resistance of the galvanometer. I'll assume it as a RG. And I have looped it as current here. So what is that? Galvanometer current, because the current flowing through it. So Ig is equals to ETH divided by RTH plus RG. RTH plus RG. So that time 0.185 divided by 19.53 kilo plus 1 kilo divided by is what is the value we are getting. Ig is equals to 9.01 microamp. Please go through the Thevenin circuit properly and then you can solve this one easily. What is the first step? ETH, then RTH, then take those values, keep it in series because always the voltage source will have resistance in series, and connect the galvanometer here. This is EA and this is EB here. Okay, so this is what the value we are getting. So this is EB now and this is EA because this EB minus EA. Next one, given a center 0, 200 microamp movement have an internal resistance of 120 ohm. Calculate the current through the galvanometer in a figure below by the approximation method. So this is another type. This is another type of a Wheatstone bridge because we saw it this unbalanced bridge, and we have balanced, unbalanced, slightly unbalanced. This comes under the category of slightly unbalanced, where it is 700, 700, 735, 700. So we can tell that this is slightly unbalanced. According to that, we have a formula: ETH is equals to E into delta R divided by 4R is equals to 10 into, what is the difference? The delta R is just 35 ohm, divided by 4 into, what is the R value here, common, 700. So when you substitute here, ETH is equals to 0.125 volts. Understood? This is just a slightly unbalanced. This is the only this factor is the slightly unbalanced. Because we can analyze it. First, what is the thing we need to do is the first we have to see which comes under which one. So first problem was balance, second problem was unbalanced, this comes under slightly unbalanced. When you go to there, RTH is equal to R, that is the formula there. Again, from the slightly unbalanced, RTH is equal to R is equal to 700 ohm. Then substitute here, IG is equals to ETH divided by RTH plus RG, because here RG already they have given 125. 0.125 divided by 700 plus 125, that is equal to 151 microamps. So just we need to understand what is the slight change there. So if the detector is there 200 to 0, 200 microamp galvanometer, we see that the pointer is a full scale for a 5% change in the resistance, for a 5% change in the resistance. That is the whatever the value, 35 divided by 735 into 100%. So that is approximately 4.76 is equals to 5%. Approximately it is 5%. So this is what the analysis is must required. You can see it here. This is what the slide change. This is for that purpose we cite this one as the approximation method. We never say it as the exact method by which we have to understand. It is the approximation method through which we are finding this slightly unbalanced bridge. Next one. Say some kind of a unbalanced condition. For a Wheatstone bridge shown, the galvanometer has a current sensitivity of 12 millimeter per microamp. Okay. And the internal resistance of the galvanometer is 200 ohm. Calculate the deflection of the galvanometer cos due to 5 ohm unbalance in the arm AD. This is the AD. This is the, we have to find what is the condition. They calculate deflection of the galvanometer cos due to the 5 ohm unbalance in the arm AD. This is we have to cos. What is that difference? Okay. Now I'll consider say ED minus EC. What is the I think we required as per the calculation. Then we have to take the what is the E value is the 10 volts into what is the arms there, 2000 plus 5, 2005 divided by 2005 plus 1000. Okay, because they are asking arm across the AD, I have to consider this and this, AD and AC. AD and AC. So that is the reason before I used to take with respect to ED and EC with respect to the ground, but here I am considering with respect to the C here. So now ED minus EC, if that is having the mention that AD here, I am considering it AD, this one and this one. So that time 10 into 2005 divided by 2005 plus 1000 minus 200 divided by 200 plus 100. When I calculate this one, it will get me 5.546 millivolts. Now, what is the thing we required? ETH we found. Now, RTH we required. So, what is the RTH? As I mentioned it earlier, that the galvanometer, the current source will remove off, and the voltage source will be the shorted here. Okay, and the voltage source will be shorted, and this will be open circuit here. So that time 200 ohms and 2005 ohms will get in parallel. Sorry, no, when these are in connected like this way, so it will be like D and one resistance like this way. Okay, so this two will be shorted. So this is 2005 and this should be no, this is 2000. When I take it outside, this is you can see it here. Okay, mm, this is mm, this is D and this is C. We are doing this manner. So after D, which is the 2005 and 200 here, you can see it here because A and D are shorted. Okay, so that I'll do later. And next one is after C, which is the 100, and this is 1000. So this is A and this is B because it is shorted. The voltage source will be always shorted between A and B, and D and C is open circuit because it is the current source it is. So now 2000 and 2005 and 1000 are parallel. It is in series with 200 and 100. So implement the formulas 2005 into 1000 divided by 3005 because 2005 plus 1000 is, and here 200 into 100 divided by 300 because 200 plus 100. When you take a formula there, 733.886 ohms will come. Similarly, Ig is equals to ETH divided by RTH plus RG. ETH we know 5.546 millivolts divided by RTH 733.888 plus 200 is the internal resistance what they have mentioned. So Ig is equals to 5.94 microamps. But what we required is the main thing. Here we require the deflection here. S into Ig. S into Ig. S is what? 12 millimeter per microamp into 5.94. 5.94. So this microamp and microamps will get cancelled. So what is the deflection left behind here? Is D is equals to 71.28 millimeter. Okay. Next one. For the Wheatstone bridge shown in the figure below here, find the resistance measurement range for the bridge. S is adjustable from 1 kilo ohm to 8 kilo ohm. So we have to find the range here from 1 kilo ohm to the 8 kilo ohm. So what is the circuit they have given here? P, Q, R, S, 3.5K, 7K, and we don't know R value. We need to find it R. S is equals to 5.51 kilo ohms. So that is connected to the E. So we need to find what is the actual value of here. So that is S is equals to 5.51 kilo, sorry 5.51 kilo into P is equals to 3.5 kilo and Q is equals to 7 kilo. So R is equals to S into P. R is the unknown, right? S into P and R is divided by Q. So this is what we need to find. I will get the R value 2.755 kilo ohm. So it is correct. We are in this range only. It lies in between 2.755 kilo ohm. But what we need to find the S, if you vary it from, we vary it from 1 kilo ohm to 8 kilo ohm. Okay, I'm just going to substitute the same formula here. I'll substitute instead of 5.5 kilo ohm, I'm going to substitute for 1 kilo ohm and 8 kilo ohm. So I need to find what is the R rate will be varying with respect to the S there. See here, when S is equals to 1 kilo ohm, what is the value of R? Is equals to S into P Q divided by Q. S is what? 1 kilo ohm. That is the range what I am saying, mentioning into 3.5 K divided by 7K. That is equals to 500 ohms. S is equals to 8 kilo ohm. R is equals to S is what? 8 kilo ohm into 3.5 K divided by 7K. That is equals to 4 kilo ohms. 4 kilo ohms. So what is the measurement range here? Varying from 500 ohm to 4 kilo ohm. So what value we got for S 5.5 is that 2.755. So it is within that range itself. Okay. So this is how we are going to find the range. So how the impact of S, how it is making our value change here. This is what we are going to study here. Okay. Next. A capacitance comparison bridge is used to measure a capacitance impedance at frequency of 2 kHz. So F is equals to 2 kHz. The bridge consists at a balance R C3 is equals to 100 microfarad, R1 is equals to 10 kilo ohms, R2 is equals to 50 kilo ohms, R3 is equals to 100 kilo ohms. Find the equivalent series circuit of an unknown impedance. We have to find the unknown impedance. As per the capacity comparison bridge, what we have derived, there is a different formula for to find those things, to find R and to find C. Because we need to find R and C. Okay, impedance is what together. What is that? R plus L plus C, or sometimes it is R plus L, sometimes R plus C. So what is this is? This is capacity comparison. So here R plus C it should be. Okay. So that Rx is equals to R2 into R3 divided by R1. This is what we have derived it in our capacitance comparison with the same formula there. As I told earlier, theory and then solve this problem. Substitute the R2 and R3 value. R2 value is 50 kilo ohms, R3 value is 100 kilo ohms, and R1 value is 10 kilo ohms. When you substitute and we get the Rx is equals to 500 kilo ohms. Similarly for Cx is equals to R1 into C3 divided by R2. This is again the same formula what we derived it in a capacity comparison. R1 we know 10 kilo ohms, C3 is 100 microfarad divided by R2 50 kilo ohms. You substitute and you get Cs is equals to 20 microfarad. So they have mentioned unknown impedance. So how we have to mention the unknown impedance? Draw a circuit of 500 kilo ohm and a 20 microfarad capacitor. Substitute and get it. Okay. This is the simplest of the formula. Next, in the measurement of capacitance using capacitance comparison bridge, R1 in branch BC is equals to 2000 ohms, R2 in the branch CD 2850 ohms, R4 in branch DA is equals to 50 ohm, 52 ohm in series with a C4 that is equals to 0.5 microfarad. Rx in series with Cx in branch AB, which has to be unknown and that has to be found. Given F is equals to 400 Hz and phi loss angle of the capacitor. Okay, simple there. Rx is equals to R1 into R4 divided by R2. They have mentioned those things, right? R1 is 2000, R4 52, R2 2850. Substitute and get the Rx is equals to 36.5 ohms. The question looks big, but actually it is not. Then Cx is equals to R2 C4 divided by R1. R2 given 2850, C4 0.5 microfarad divided by R1, Vc is equals to 2000 ohms. Cs is equals to Cx is equals to 0.7125 microfarad. So this is the same thing what we have done in the previous problem. Just substitute the formula there. Okay. So what is the additional here is the tan sigma or some tan delta, that is equals to Rx divided by Xx. Due to the impedance, this is Xx is equals to omega Cx. Omega Cx again you can classify as 2 pi f into Cx into Rx. So 2 pi, f is they have given 400 hertz, Cx they have given calculated here, Rx they have calculated here. So tan delta is equals to 0.06533. This is the formula how to find the loss angle of the capacitor. Delta is equals to 3.74 degree. You have to do it in the calculator. Delta is equal to tan inverse of 0.06533. That time you will get delta is equals to 3.74. This is as simple as this. Just you need to remember the formula. Tan delta is equals to, or we can say tan delta or something, anything as we convenient. So Rx divided by Xx. Another problem that is on the capacitance only. The impedance of the basic AC bridge are Z1 is equals to 50 into 80 degree. 50 at a 80 degree ohm. Z2 is equals to 250 at a 0 degree ohm, and Z3 is equals to 200 at a 30 degree ohm. Calculate the constants of the unknown impedance. So here is one shortcut method, that is the balance equation for magnitude condition. That is Z1 into Z4 is equals to Z2 into Z3. I'll take just 50 into Z4 is what? We don't know. I need to find. Z2 is equals to 250. Z3 is equals to 200. So substitute it. Z4 is equals to 100. So, sorry, 1000. That's the magnitude. The phase angle condition is theta 1 plus theta 4. That is what you have multiplied here. The same, the factors should be theta 1 plus theta 4 is equals to theta 2 plus theta 3. So same thing. 80 degree plus theta 4 is equals to 0 degree plus 30 degree. The same thing what we have to be substituted here. So that time theta 4 is equals to minus 50 degree. Minus 50 degree. This is the shortcut method how we can find. Okay. So what is that unknown impedance is Z4 is equals to 1000 into minus 50 degree. This is why we use the calculation and all, we can do it simply. If you calculate with respect to their in the calculator, we can have this polar form and this angle form, and you can substitute and you can see. But this is, I think, is the easiest way what we can do. So what is this negative is indicating that it is capacitive in nature. Because of this we can say it. So Z4 we got, but we need to convert it into the rectangular form. Now we require a calculator. The converting it into the rectangular form there, that is Z4 is equal to 642.79 minus J into 766.1 ohm. So that time you will get the answer as the first equation. Compare with the standard one, that is the Z is equals to R plus Z into XC. So comparing this thing, R is equals to 642.79 plus 766.1. We need not mention minus because it's already mentioned that it is a capacitive it is a capacitive in nature, not inductive. It is a capacitive in nature. So this is how we are getting R is equal to 642.79 and X is equal to 766.1 ohm. What they have asked, the constant of the unknown impedance. This is the unknown impedance, the standard form. I converted that and made it like this way, which is of the simplest of the form. Okay. Next one. A AC bridge with a terminal ABCD has in arm AB a resistance of 800 ohm in parallel with a capacitor of 0.5 microfarad. Arm BC a resistance of 400 ohm in series with a capacitor of 1 microfarad. Arm CD a resistance of 1000 ohm. Find the value of the arm DA, a pure resistance R and frequency. We have to find the value of arm DA, that is a pure resistance R, and also frequency there. Okay, so what is the issue here is that we can do it directly here, some of the formulas. Okay, this is what from the Wien bridge. Okay, this is from the the AC bridge inside type capacitance. So what they have given? C3 they have given, C1 they have given, R3 they have given, R1 they have given, R2 they have given, R4 we need to find. So as per Venn bridge we can calculate F is equals to 1 by 2 pi R1 C1, R1 C1 and R3 C3. Substitute the formula here, that is we getting 0.398 kilohertz. So one is solved. That is the simplest one. Okay. Next, from the Venn bridge again, what we can do, not sorry, this is Venn bridge. What is the other one? That is the R1 divided by R3 plus C3 divided by C1 is equals to R2 divided by R4. R1 given, R3 given, C3 given, C1 given, R2 given. So we need to find R4. Substitute the values and you will get a R4 is equals to R, that is equals to 1000 ohms, or we can write it as 1 kilo ohm. Okay. Okay, this is just what I said earlier also. Go through the theory first, then you remember those formula, substitute here, and then use it. One shortcut way what you can say is like here the capacitor is in parallel. Usually the capacitor will be parallel only in the main switch. Next one, find the equivalent parallel R and C that causes a Wien bridge to null with the following components value. You have to find the parallel R and C values that is causing the bridge to null with the following component. R1 is equals to 2.7 kilo ohm, R2 is equals to 20 kilo ohm, C1 is equals to 5 microfarad, R4 is equals to 100 kilo ohm, and operating frequency is 2.2 kilo ohm. Okay, so what is the formula? You can write it as F is equals to 1 by 2 pi, also you can write here, or omega is equals to 1 by square root of R1 into C1 into R3 into C3. So I required a C3, so I'll square it here and I'll square it here. Okay, so 1 by R1 C1 R3 C3 and omega square. For that purpose I have taken here the omega here. This is the simplest way. C3 I'll take here 1 by omega square, so that I'm 2 pi f, 2 pi into 2.2 kilo, the whole square, it will become R1 2.7 kilo ohm, C1 5 microfarad, R3 we don't know. Yes or no? R3 we don't know. How to find R3 there? Okay. So for that purpose we need to first solve this one. R2 divided by R4 is equals to R1 plus R3 plus C3 divided by C1. So R2 here, R4 here, R1 here, R3. Again we are not getting C3, we are not got C1 here. So what we are doing here, I am going to substitute in the value of terms of R3. In terms of R3, that is C3 is equals to some values of R3 here, and that value I am going to substitute it here, and I will get C3. Okay, I will get a C3 here. Or we can do the both the thing that you can substitute R3. Okay, R3 is equals to something into C3. Substitute it here and you'll get a C3. The same thing, just you need to do the substitution method. Anyone which is easy for you can do it. That is the reason I have not done anything. I just substitute the values and I got. So remember one thing, you can take R3 here from this method, substituting, or you can get C3 from here. Okay, you can do any of the vice versa method, that is you can substitute R3 from there or C3 from here to there. Anything which is the convenient you can do. The whatever the problems I have taken it from HSQLC, and the other references are Bell and this one. So I referred those things and have created some formulas, the problems there. This will be more than enough for your exam. Because they will not ask the exact values, some values will be varying. The more important will be the wisdom with all the three types you need to understand there. That is the balance, unbalanced, and slightly unbalanced. So these three problems you need to solve it easy. You can able to solve it easily, and then some problems related to this the capacitance and inductions and all, that everything has to be implemented, the formulas and the Wayne's speed there. Just we need to know the thing and we need to substitute that. That's okay. Thank thank you once again.